Hey everybody, this is Steve D. I am back here on the island of Bonaire, Kingdom of the Netherlands. Used to be the Dutch Antilles. Hanging out at CrossFit Flamingo. I was here, as many of you might remember, I did a podcast from here 3 years ago with a guy named Carl. Was one of the oldest competitors in the CrossFit Games at that time. And I'm happy to be back doing a workout. I'm gonna be interviewing today the third fittest man in the Caribbean, Damian, who's the owner of this CrossFit. I'm looking forward to it. He had actually took over the CrossFit a couple years ago, or a year ago. So he wasn't here the first time I was here, so I'm happy to be interviewing him and talking to him about fitness and all that good stuff. So check out the podcast, check out the show. It's gonna be a good one. Have some awesome people here working out right now. And there's a class going on and we're having some fun. So check it out.
On behalf of your host, Steve D, this is Bruce Buffer saying thank you for tuning in to Xtreme Lyfe. It's time!
I'm here at CrossFit Flamingo once again after 3 years. My camera's probably gonna blow over, but that's all right. It was fine up until now. Here at CrossFit Flamingo, and I'm hanging out with the owner, Damian, who is the third fittest man in the Caribbean, right?
Yeah,
correct?
So they say, yeah.
So they say.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your journey into CrossFit, man. I mean, I love CrossFit. I've been doing it for a long time. I love what it did for me. Just the overall fitness, and I'm sure you probably feel the same way. So.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's a cool sport, cool community. The idea behind it's like a scientific ride with I forgot his name, Greg Glassman.
Glassman, yeah, Coach Glassman, yep.
I love these views. When I discovered CrossFit, and I was sold. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got into it because of WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. I was into the American. Wrestling entertainment.
Okay.
I liked it. I saw some of the guys and they looked very good.
Yeah.
I was into I liked the fit shape they were in.
The level of fitness, and those guys pull off some incredible stuff. I mean, there's a lot of people who say wrestling isn't a sport, and no, it's sports entertainment.
Exactly.
But what those guys do, there's not a lot of longevity there. I mean, they get injured like you wouldn't believe on a regular basis.
They get some hits on their body.
Oh yeah, and I've actually interviewed Mick Foley, and we talked about a lot of his injuries, because he's one of probably the most injured people that has ever done it, because he did he jumped off the top of a 15-foot cage onto concrete. I mean, the guy's just a maniac, but. He's older now, and we talked about that. And so the level of fitness is what you really liked about that, the level of how they, those guys really were able to operate at such a high level.
Yeah, it's like super strong, but also like the condition of some of the 30-minute plus matches, they were just overall fit. Like not only strong, but also fast, explosive, good conditioning, good stamina. And I figured out that most of the guys actually that I like the most were doing CrossFit. Some
form of it, right? Some interval training of some kind, or something like that, or functional fitness, as they called it before CrossFit was around.
Yeah, exactly.
It was the same thing. I always tell people I did CrossFit before CrossFit was CrossFit. There was always functional fitness was around, different variations of that.
Yeah.
So that's what got you into it, right?
Yeah. So that's like I think it's maybe 10 years ago now. I rolled in John Cena era with CM Punk.
Yep.
That era was very cool. But I didn't go into CrossFit directly, and that was only until 2017 because there wasn't a box near my place. I was like, I can work out for like $20 a month in this gym. Yeah. Or drive an hour to another place
and pay twice as much. Three times as much. Yeah.
So and then in 2017 the box opened in my hometown actually, and I was having a look, and I did the trial workout, and I was sold. This is it. This is
where I want to be. Yeah. Where was that?
Bergen op Zoom.
Okay.
It's a little small town in Brabant, in the Netherlands.
Netherlands. Okay. Yeah. So when did you come to Bonaire? It's one of my favorite dive islands, by the way, and just for overall water sports, and you got kite surfing, and I always tell people, most people don't even know Bonaire exists unless you are into diving or kite surfing or some kind of sport like that. Yeah. So what brought you over here? What got you?
Well, it's the end of 2020, so in the midst of COVID.
Yeah.
And because of several reasons, I was done with my situation in Holland. So I was up for a next step, and I saw a job application of the previous owner. They looked for a coach over here, and I've heard of Bonaire, of course. It's a Dutch island, but I've never been here.
Well, it's the ABC Islands, right? They used to call it. Yeah.
They had a job application. I was like, I want to try something new. I'm ready for the next step in my life, and let's just give it a shot. See where it ends up. Yeah. And I was.
Did you already have your level 1 at that time?
Okay. And level 1, level 2 also as well.
Okay.
I did it
pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I used to call. You know what they used to call the level 1? $1,000 shirt. That was your $1,000 shirt. Yeah. But no, I mean, it was a good training. I mean, it was good to. Yeah. But level 1 has changed a lot, since they started doing it to now. I mean, when I did it years ago, it was a whole different. It was kind of like you did a few things. They taught you some PVC snatching kind of stuff, and then you basically did Fran. And then 2 days, and then you did Fran. But now it's a little more intense, and now they got all kinds of different levels, which they didn't have at that point. Level 1 was all that existed for a long time.
Yeah, it was pretty basic, but level 2 was that was
the one.
And I want to go for level 3 pretty soon.
Yep.
So level 2 expires somewhere.
Oh, that's all right. I can edit that. All right, we're still there. Yeah, we're still rolling. Just making sure it's still on. All right, we're still good.
Survived.
Yeah.
It's a bit windy.
Yeah, that's all right. Yep. And that phone could take a lot. That thing's been, I'll tell you what, it's slammed all over the place. So, but
so my level 2 expires in I think like 1.5 years, so I need to go for level 3 soon.
Okay.
So I applied for the job application, and out of I think 50 people applied, so quite a lot.
And you got the job.
I got a job. Yeah.
All right.
And then level 2, which was a pre.
Did you have to pay your own way over here, or they get you over here?
They got me over here.
Okay.
They were
good for you.
Generous,
Good for you, man. I was gonna say, it's like we got a job for you, but you got to get here.
They were pretty generous. They also took care of my first living spot over here.
Okay.
I stayed in a hotel for the first 3 months, which was awesome. It was great.
Okay.
Good times. And it was supposed to be for 3 months, but then they offered me a year contract.
So then you were there for a year, right?
Yeah. I was there for a year. And a couple of months into that, the previous owner told me he wanted to sell the place.
Okay.
And before he wanted to make that public, he asked me if I wanted to do it. I was like, I have to think of it, because that means I'm permanently moving here for at least a couple of years.
And you probably got to come up with a decent amount of money to pay for it. Yeah. That's the other piece of that.
That's also
part,
but still, he trusted me, and it was very good. It was very good of him, and he opened a gym in the south of the island, Dreams. Maybe you've been there.
No, I didn't see Dreams. No.
It's next to the other CrossFit place, actually.
Okay, yeah, I saw that you have competition now for the first time ever on this island. Yeah, on this island. When last time I was here, this was pretty much the only game in town, and then a couple years prior to that, when I was here before that, this wasn't even here.
No, this opened in 2017 as well, I think.
Yeah, that's gonna go over. I'm just waiting to see it fall over again.
It's just here for 5 years.
There it goes. All right, let me turn it like that. I think maybe if I put that leg forward, it'll be better. All right, so
competition, which is when I came here, I knew there was competition. I was like a small island, like 22,000 inhabitants. What's 2 CrossFit boxes gonna do on that? Because I come out of a town with 60,000 inhabitants, and we had 1 box,
and they had trouble probably. Yeah. Well, you need to have a certain amount of people in the gym to make money, right? I mean, that's just the way it is.
It works. We're doing good. They are doing good, and it's healthy competition. We're good friends. Tomorrow we have a party actually, and the owner of theirs is joining us. So it's good competition.
So healthy competition. There's no animosity. It's all in good fun. You guys have competitions with each other? Like battle of the boxes?
Not yet.
No?
We wanted to do it because they.
Let me put that bug in your ear, because that's always great for morale, man. It's always great for morale.
Yeah. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Do like a battle of the boxes, your best against our best, and then do scaled and do the whole thing. But you know, that's always a fun thing to do. So, tell me about being the fittest in the. And I know one of your coaches is the fittest female, but like the fittest female. Yeah. She got #1 last year, right? Or is it this year? Previous year. Okay.
So that's like a month ago now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So she's the fittest in the Caribbean, and you're the fittest, third fittest male, right? Is that okay? So tell me about that. Tell me about that competition. Tell me what where does it happen? What's involved?
It happened on Curacao, so that's the biggest out of the ABC Islands.
Yep. That's the capital, right? Yeah,
the capital.
Yeah, sort of.
And it was a great organization. It was organized by CrossFit MB which is Marine Basis Parera, so out of the Marine Base government organization. So it was a great organization. We had qualifying weekends first, also in Curacao, and then the best 10 went to the finals on the Marine Base itself. So we also did some swimming and stuff. It was awesome, cool workouts as well. Okay, very all round, and I turned out to be a third person.
Well, hey, I've competed a lot as well, and I'll tell you, just to make it to that last spot, like to get to that end that part of the competition, the top 10 of however many. What? There's been times I'm happy just to get there. I'm happy just to make it to the top, to getting into that spot. But hey, to get #3, that hit the podium, that's amazing. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
And I'm sure there's some pretty fit people out here.
Pretty fit, yeah. But it was the first public edition, because they had it a couple of years prior to this one as well. But it was only for the government people, so like military personnel and police people. And now it was first time public. So it was pretty small still.
Yeah,
I think they had
it'll grow up.
70 competitors or something, so it's not too big, but
to get to 3 out of 7.
Well, 70 total. So
but even so, I mean, look at that. #3 out of let's say if it's 20 men, which I'm sure it was more than that, but let's say 20. Still, you made #3. That's a pretty good achievement. So, what does your training look like coming up to a competition like that? How do you train? Do you follow like the same program that you're following like on the off season, or do you build up? Do you peak? Like a lot of athletes, I know we build up. A lot of times we build up to a peak. Like if we're competing at a certain time, that's where we're going to be shining. We could be shit all the way up to that point, but you're going to be good then.
Yeah, of course. We do ComTrain programming for the
good
box.
training.
It's good, and I follow that. Not the individual ComTrain programming, just the class programming, which is a little more basic. But I do some accessory work on the side, and it's also hard to combine to be a business owner and to follow a full training schedule. It's very challenging
because you got other people you're training, and it's you got
well. But it goes well, and I didn't know I was still, because I didn't hit any PRs like for a year, I think. I didn't feel super fit, but it goes up again since we're doing ComTrain for like I think 6 months now. It's going great. It's going great so far. It's a good program.
And you may not. I mean, I've had periods of time where I don't PR for a long time, and there's parts in our training that they don't even want us trying to PR. They want us to stay away from PR for like 6 months. We stay away from all that stuff. We do other stuff, and you come back and you're like, shit, I just nailed it. I just pulled a 315 clean and jerk. Which and you surprise yourself because you don't think you're getting anywhere, but then all of a sudden, boom, you hit it. You're like, holy shit. Then you don't hit it the next time, but that's just the way that goes. That's the way that goes. But it's all ups and downs. And so future-wise, for yourself in a competitive manner, I mean, are you any thoughts on going for? I mean, you probably compete in the Open, right?
Yeah.
Any thoughts on trying to make a play for the games or any of that stuff? Or?
Would be nice, but I have a long way to go, especially strength-wise.
Everybody does. Everybody.
I think by my
even if you made it there this year, you still got a long way to go. To get back there next year. So
I think endurance-wise, I'm doing pretty well, but my weights are just way too low.
That's
what I'm focusing on for the last.
Train your weeknesses.
Yeah.
Train your weaknesses. How are your Olympic lifts?
I PR'd them both on the competition actually. So both the clean and jerk and snatch I PR'd, which is good. But it's still a long ways to go. Yeah.
Well, I always tell people squat. I'm powering
through everything. Snatching clean and jerk is all power.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you build your squat and you build your mobility in those bottom positions, check out the Mayhem program, because the Mayhem program has Bergner teaching all that stuff, and his daughter Sage. Both are good. Both are great, and could definitely improve all that stuff. So but build this. If you know that's a weakness, that's an advantage right there. You know that's not your strong suit. So now you can sit here and go, okay, I know I could do this. I know I could do 20 muscle ups in a row. I know I could do, whatever the stuff I need to do to get through, the gymnastics or whatever it is that your strong point is. You don't have to train that part as much. Train the other shit. The problem with people have, and I've seen this a million times, is people tend to train the shit they like to do.
Yeah, exactly. I like doing it.
Never run your own program, because your own program sucks. You know what I mean? Have somebody else write it for you, because they're gonna take you into the dark place. And that's where you need to go to really be successful. So, well, hey, you never know, man. You could, just a matter of training. And the guys who make the games, the training schedule they have is all you got to do is go. I mean, Rich shares his regularly. Rich from
that's true.
It's just go on and just see what he's doing. Just say, what's Rich doing? And look at that shit, and you're like, oh fuck, he's doing this twice a day. And
twice a day.
And then he's sitting on a bike for like an hour. After he's done. So, but sort of, next, but you can get there, man. You can get there. Just like I said, you know what you need to do. But the box is great. I just want to thank you again. I love doing the workout with you guys today. You got a great group of people here. They were so awesome. I'm glad they let me record them. I hope they like what I did, and I will probably get it up there in the next couple of days or so.
Awesome. It's on YouTube?
Yeah, it'll be on YouTube. I'll put it up on a few places, and we'll get it up there. And I'll tag CrossFit Games and stuff in it and all that. And then, like I said, I'll tag you in it too. Cool. All that, so we'll get, but thank you so much, and thank you for the interview, man. I appreciate it.
Awesome.
Hey, no worries, my friend. Awesome.